They say overcoming challenges in life is what makes you grow. And I've definitely learned a lot since my house burned down in the LA wildfires. But where do I go from here? What? Like, I don't know. Do I just sit around waiting for the next big obstacle to fall in my lap? Yes. Or do I create a challenge so daunting it forces me to evolve as a person? No. Like building a gaming setup in the outdoor storage closet and locking myself inside to stream for 12 hours straight. No. The growth, Kyle. Think of the growth. Before we continue, this video is brought to you in part by cdkeyoffer.com. So I have 3 desktop PCs that I regularly bounce between, and all of them are running activated copies of Windows from keys that I got on cdkeyoffer.com. I've used many key sites in the past, but CDKeyOffer is the only one I've never had an issue with. I've never had a bad key, I've never had to call customer service, I've never had to email customer support, and I've never had to activate Windows over a phone, which is super fun. Right now you can get a Windows 10 Pro OEM key for around $22, but wait! Add it to your cart, use the 25% discount code BW20 at checkout, and the price drops to just $16.93. Buy Grabthar's hammer, what a savings. To use your new key, just go to your purchased orders from the drop-down menu to view and copy the key once you get there, and then paste that key into the Windows activation page. Voila! You've got an activated OS that's also eligible for a free upgrade to Windows 11. Alternatively, you can skip the upgrade and buy Windows 11 Pro directly using the same code BW20 to snag the OS for around $23. Activate the key using the aforementioned steps and get the full Windows experience easily and affordably. Thanks again to cdkeyoffer.com. Now back to the main video. Small form factor PCs have exploded in recent years, with the rewarding task of cramming as much power and functionality into as small a space as possible. So why not apply that same concept to a small form factor living space, with a PC gaming setup and all the essentials required to stay there for a 12-hour live stream where you can watch my slow descent into madness? I mean, I already have the perfect place to do it. Welcome to this charming outdoor storage closet, brimming with potential. Nestled in a serene corner of the property, this 7.5 square foot space offers an open floor plan, high ceilings, and drywall construction that'll have your friends on Skid Row talking. Adorned with fine amenities including power, water, and gas, locals are already calling this the Four Seasons. Work from home, host a party, or hide a body. The possibilities are only limited by your imagination. Discover the perfect blend of modern luxury and industrial swagger to make your next home a getaway oasis. Okay, I know this sounds insane, but I was trying to think of a fun way to raise money for the LA wildfire victims, and a 12-hour charity stream from this storage closet was the best my smooth brain could come up with because... smooth brain. We'll talk more about the stream later, but first of all, is this even possible? Barely. While this outdoor storage closet is just big enough for a gaming setup, it's still ridiculously small. Despite being designed to fit a stackable washer and dryer unit, that alone pretty much maxes out the space. There's plenty of room to stand, but you can't lie down unless you're under 3 feet tall. Sorry, Ash, Sonic, Dexter, and Oompa Loompas. At 36 inches wide by 31 inches deep, which is about the size of a doorway squared, I had to carefully plan out every inch of this space. That's especially hard to do with 3 adjacent walls in the way. So to make the process of blocking everything out easier, I replicated the closet space in my apartment by putting tape on the floor of an open area. This let me experiment with different layouts hassle-free before moving the final setup into the closet. Ready to build, I decided to tackle the biggest item first, the desk. I got most of this stuff on Amazon, but I'll throw links to everything in the description. This $60 mobile folding desk measures 24 inches wide and 16 inches deep. The next standard size for desks is 32 inches wide, which is much larger and technically fits against the back wall of the closet, but leaves me with less legroom than Spirit Airlines. Putting the mobile desk on the side wall is the only option that makes sense ergonomically. To improve the slight wobbles and overall stability, I swapped the included casters with rubber pads for the legs and placed a couple more behind the desk to cushion it from the wall. Now when I rest my feet on the lower frame, the desk stays firmly planted. Since we'll need more than the 2 electrical outlets that the closet provides, I also zip-tied to the desk leg a 6-outlet surge protector with USB ports for more connectivity and better cable management. The choice of chair is equally important for this challenge, and for that, I went with this folding metal chair that I picked up for $50. Forget those fancy ergonomic chairs that cost thousands, they're simply no match for the Hermit Miller. Oh yeah. Not only is it compact, spanning about 19 square inches of floor space, it has a cushioned back and 2.5-inch padded seat that I'm hoping will be significantly more comfortable for long periods than an average folding chair. Being able to fold is also critical since I'll need room to stand and stretch periodically throughout the stream. To create a comfy spot for my feet should I take my shoes off, I placed a small doormat underneath the desk as well. Within the confines of the closet, the desk leaves roughly 7 to 8 inches beside it when accounting for baseboards. That's barely enough for this cheap little storage cart, which I'll need to store the PC, food, and other essentials. The plastic cart is just 5 inches wide by 15 inches deep and has 4 shelving tiers with a few small hooks. The casters allow the cart to be rolled out when grabbing items or tucked away to give me extra room for stretching. Or maybe some hot closet yoga, which if you live in LA, you've probably tried once or twice. Now obviously the PC we use has to be super compact, but powerful enough to stream for 12 hours straight and occasionally game while doing so. As it turns out, one of the few PCs that wasn't in my house during the fire ticks all the boxes. While it's changed slightly since I built it last year, my Velka Pro system features an undervolted Ryzen 9 9900X, RTX 4060 Ti, and 96 gigs of DDR5 memory, making it extremely capable given the tiny case it's in. At just 4 liters in volume, the Velka 3 is a premium small form factor chassis that's widely considered to be the best 4-liter case on the market, and I fell in love with it all over again after realizing that it fits perfectly in our storage cart. I wouldn't keep the PC here long term. You can see the sides of the cart bending slightly from the weight, but this is really the best spot for it. Mounting it underneath the desk would pose clearance issues with my knees, while placing it on the desk would make things uncomfortably tight. I'm definitely not building a typical setup, but this feels like exactly what these compact systems were designed for. Before adding any peripherals, I threw down my large fabric desk mat for better mouse tracking. It's way too large for the desk and hangs stupidly off the side, but I also hung a bit off the front as a poor man's wrist rest. It's a small detail to improve comfort that I'll probably appreciate once I'm a few hours into the stream. The keyboard I'm using is a custom build given to me by my buddy Tim Keyless. It's using a Fuji 75 case, modern Dolce 2 keycaps, and Cherry MX purple switches. I was torn between this and my ultra thin and light Keychron K7, which I love, but I opted for the far superior ergonomics to make the setup feel less compromised than it already is. My mouse and headset were provided by the folks over at Logitech. These were actually sent to me for another upcoming project, but they'll work just as well for this one too. The mouse is the Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2, and although I've only used it for a short time, it's already proven itself as an exceptional wireless gaming mouse for its build quality, 60-gram weight, 95-hour battery, and insanely low latency as tested by rtings.com. What I really care about for this challenge though is comfort, and fortunately everything from the materials to the symmetrical design feel great in my hand. Likewise, Logitech's Pro X2 Lightspeed headset is comfortable enough to wear for hours. There are lighter headsets out there, but the padding on the ear cups and the headband are so soft, I think I'll manage. I can't speak to the rest of the features yet, I just know this headset is up to the task at hand, which is to be comfy as hell. The hooks on the storage cart are also a perfect spot to hang it when not in use. That said, I don't need to test the mic of a gaming headset to know that a standalone condenser mic is probably leaps and bounds better. I'll be using my HyperX Quadcast S, and since my everyday boom arm is too cumbersome, I picked up this flexible mic arm stand that clamps to the desk and has a 20-inch gooseneck that lets me position the mic where I need it. I was initially skeptical about the arm's weight capacity, but it holds this chunky mic with zero issues, and the build quality of this thing is surprisingly good for the price. My one and only monitor is the Asus ROG Strix XG17, which is absurdly expensive, but easily one of the best portable gaming monitors available right now. It features a 17-inch 1920 by 1080 IPS display at 240 Hz with adaptive sync, so it's incredibly nice to game on, but the eye fatigue I experienced was brutal. Remember, the desk is only 16 inches deep, and I'm sitting super close to it with no room to lean back once I'm in the closet. That combination makes even a portable monitor like this one feel way too big. Unless you wall mount it. Ditching the tripod stand and using command strips for wall mounting pushes the display back 6 inches, giving my eyes the breathing room they need for extended viewing. It also frees up a ton of desk space for the rest of our peripherals and this wireless phone charging stand from Anker. With just one PC display, I'll need to use my phone to monitor chat. And I know this doesn't seem essential, but given how often technical issues pop up, or how I occasionally forget to switch scenes, having real-time feedback from viewers at all times is crucial. This Qi charger ensures that my phone stays juiced while standing upright for better visibility. I'm also adding 3 webcams to capture everything, everywhere, all at once. 2 of them are from Insta360. The Link 2 will serve as my face cam, positioned on a small floating wall shelf to free up space on the desk, while the Link 2C will be mounted high up to capture a wide shot of the entire setup. A Logitech C920 will be placed outside as an honesty cam to capture the closet door and a digital stopwatch tracking how long I've been inside. This cam will run uncut, continuously for the full 12 hours, ensuring transparency and alleviating any concerns about cheating when I cut the other cams to take bathroom breaks. That's right, when nature calls, I'll be answering in the closet. I got these disposable urine bags that absorb any liquid into gel and can be sealed securely afterwards. They seem easy enough to use, but I'm gonna start practicing my aim now. And in the event of a dreadful number 2, I bought a retractable travel toilet that can be lined with trash bags. It's a tight fit, but folding the metal chair and placing it on the desk should give me just enough room to do my business. For safety and sanitary reasons, I will be allowing myself to open the closet door during the stream to dispose of any waste bags into a nearby trash bin. Needless to say, it was at this point in the project that this whole challenge started to feel very real. I'll be storing the bathroom items on the storage cart along with food. On the menu are tuna packs with oil, protein bars, and other snacks high in calories. I'm also adding a couple instant noodle cups that require hot water, so I'll need this portable electric kettle as well. While the closet's water line for the laundry unit should work just fine for filling up the kettle, it's not the most convenient or appealing for casual drinking. By clamping a hook under the desk and hanging a 3-liter water bladder from it, I can use the built-in hose for quick and easy hydration while saving a ton of space. As a quick note on cable management, it's not the tidiest because I have to leave enough slack on most of the cables to roll the cart out as needed. But for good measure, I did anchor them to the cart with a Velcro strap to prevent any unplugging or accidental shutdowns. Now, one of the biggest concerns I have for this challenge is heat. Los Angeles weather has been super wacky as of late, with gloomy showers one day and blazing sun the next. If it's cold, I can throw on a hoodie and put a load on my PC to generate heat, but being trapped in a hot, tiny closet would be miserable and potentially dangerous without a way to cool down. Fortunately, the closet has 2 ventilated openings for the washer and dryer, and by attaching a series of PC fans, I can create circulation to help balance the temperature. On the lower vent, I'll be mounting a pair of Noctua NFA12s to serve as intakes, bringing fresh air in. These fans were chosen not just for their excellent performance, but for their quiet operation, as they'll be pretty close to the mic. The top vent will have 2 exhaust fans using the Fantex T30s for their outstanding raw performance and static pressure to keep air moving through the grill. For mounting, adding machine screws and nuts to the top half of the fans lets them latch onto the ventilation holes and hang in place. I threw some fan grills on there too. Then it's just a matter of taping up the remaining grill area to increase air pressure. It's by no means a perfectly optimized solution, nor is it a long-term one. I'm not adding any dust filters here, but this should work well enough for the stream. Each pair of fans will be powered by one of these USB fan controllers that I'm plugging into the power strip under the desk independent of the PC. The controllers have a 2-way splitter supporting up to 4-pin fans, an on-off switch, and adjustable speed control from 5 to 12 volts. For what it's worth, I'm also keeping this tiny USB fan on my desk for moral support. Now, on top of creating sufficient airflow in the storage closet, I may need to change clothes at some point as well, so I'll be adding a wall hook or 2 to keep an alternate wardrobe at the ready. While there's different opinions online, the general consensus for safe indoor temperature ranges from 85 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 29 to 32 degrees C. If at any point the closet reaches that limit, I'll have to open the door and let some fresh air in, but I will keep the stream going if it appears safe to do so. One other safety concern is the gas line for the laundry hookups. In the event that I accidentally turn on the valve without noticing, I could die from gas poisoning, or if the conditions are right, a fiery blast. So I'm capping off the gas line with seal tape to postpone my debut on the 5 o'clock news. One of the final touches is replacing the standard bulb in the closet with a smart RGB bulb. It's compatible with Alexa and Google Assistant, allowing me to adjust the color and brightness with my voice. The old bulb was overly bright and fixed to one color, so the new one should reduce eye strain significantly. Finally, I'm adding a few decorative items to bring some coziness and inspiration to the space. At some point, I'll likely get tired of staring at a screen, so having something other than a blank wall to look at might help me keep my sanity. With my mock-up build complete, it was time to move everything into the closet. All of my pre-planning really paid off, making the process fairly straightforward, but once I sat down and closed the door to get a taste of the challenge ahead of me, I realized just how tough this was going to be. While the test runs in my apartment didn't seem too bad, using the same setup with walls on all sides changes everything. Go figure. If anything's going to help me through this, it's having a reason for doing it. Those of you who have been following my journey since my house burned down have gotten a glimpse into how it's changed my life dramatically. But my house was just one of 12,000 homes that were destroyed in the LA wildfires. There's updated satellite images now showing just how much devastation the fires caused. It's actually insane. My city, Altadena, which was massively hit by the Eaton fire, will likely take 3 to 5 years to rebuild, and that requires a staggering amount of resources. So if this charity stream can make a tiny dent in what it's going to cost to get my city back, my home back, then maybe I will have the strength to poop in a closet for 12 hours. The stream starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time on Wednesday, March 19th, and it'll be a lot of fun. For you, at least. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.